Welcome to earGROUND, and my name is King Boaz. You are watching earGROUND, New Voices Amplified. And like we always do here, we have diamonds, gold, emerald, and today we have another diamond all the way from Bubi, somewhere in Matebeleland, north or south, I'm not sure, but she's based in Germany. Welcome to the show, Mabel.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you are a model, you are a hotel and business management student, you are an actor. So I would like to find out, like, where did this start?
Well, I'll start with modeling. It started some years ago when I was back home, maybe 10 years ago from now, I think, or 8 years ago. It's quite a long time.
Yeah.
And I started doing Miss Zimbabwe. I was Miss Bulawayo, then I went to Miss Zimbabwe. I went to Miss Carnival. I did elite model look in Zimbabwe. Even all of them, I was always on the finalist. I never made it to the crown. And then until I came to Germany.
All right, let's go back a bit. Growing up in Bubi and in Bulawayo, what are your fondest memories that you can say, these are the memories that I remember being so dear to me?
I think what I remembered most was, there's so much freedom back home that we don't realize.
Yeah.
When we are here, when you come here in Europe, then you realize how much freedom there is, how much fun. When I was growing up, I played a lot. I did all sorts of things when I was growing up that I will always cherish forever. Even going a kaya, like to see my grandparents and to help there. That was one of the most memories that I'll always remember because I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, with my childhood, I remember Amatope was one of the
Yes, I did them too. I had so many dolls. I played with so many dolls. You can't even believe it. They even give me my grandfather give me a name like Naskelema. So because I always said so many dolls. Yeah.
Yeah, with us boys, we used to fight over girls saying "Ubanoza bangubaba, ubanoza bangubaba."
I remember that. That's lovely.
Yeah, interesting. So do you remember your first pageant, and what was the inspiration for you to say, I think I'm beautiful. I think I can do this, I think I'm made for this. Yeah.
Actually, the first time I did a fashion, well, the first time I walked, like started modeling, it wasn't in a pageant, it was but in a fashion show. There's a designer called Tananai. So she had designed a dress that couldn't fit no one, like the models that were there, they couldn't fit them. So I was from school, like I was doing my A levels. Then she saw me in town. Then she said, are you a model? Then I said, no. Then she said, okay, do you want to be a model? I said, I've always wanted that. People always thought, oh, maybe you can be a model. Then I said, why not? Then I went to her. Then she taught me how to walk a little bit, and I couldn't. When I was on my way, because it was difficult, I never walked in heels. I always thought that heels they are for short people. Tall people don't wear heels. And then I went when I was going to a show, like to rehearsals. That's when I met Sarah Mbofo. And then she asked me too, like if I wanted to be a model. I said yes. Then that's when I did my grooming, like my lessons. She's the one who taught me how to walk. And after that, I went to Miss Bulawayo. I did Miss Bulawayo. Then, of course, I was also on the finalist of Miss Bulawayo. Then I was invited to Miss Zimbabwe. Also, I did make it to the crown. Then Miss Carnival. And then Elite Model Look. And then Miss Grand Zimbabwe.
All right. And how did Abazali or your parents accept this or respond, rather react to the news that Mebu is now going to be a model, and looking that you still had school, you still had education to pursue?
My father was so super proud of me. I remember that. Even my mom. My father was the first person who bought me my first heels. When he heard that I was going to Miss Bulawayo,
Yeah.
he bought me the first heels. He was super proud of me. And even if I didn't make it like to the fight to win Miss Bulawayo, he always encouraged me like to never give up. Like try until on your last breath, you always have to try if it's something that you really believe in. So I always had that, like when I lost the pageants, that my father said, you always have to try. I think that's what really pushed me when I came here to Europe. Like, why not? Let me just try again. I'm still able to do it. Then the rest now is just history.
All right, yeah, nice. We will talk about Germany and the big things that you're doing in Germany, or that you've done and still doing in Germany. If we go back to Zimbabwe, being part of the finalists in a national pageant, Miss Tourism, Miss Zimbabwe, Miss Carnival, and all that, you had an opportunity at one point to represent Zimbabwe. I think you're supposed to go to Thailand. And then there was news all over about the scandal rocks, Miss Zimbabwe and stuff like that. So what was this scandal and how did it affect you, whether positively or negatively, looking back?
It was, I think, one of the hardest things that any girl at my age, that time, that could ever go through. If the whole world, I felt like I was drowning, like myself. I felt like I was drowning because I wanted to go so much to Thailand to present my country, like to, when you've given an opportunity to present a country that you love so much, and then you are told you can't do that because you are too scarred, you have got too much scars on your legs or all over, you are not fit, you are not beautiful enough to go represent Zimbabwe. That was really hard for me at that time. But at the same time, I feel like that made me who I am right now, and how I look at beauty, how I see modeling world. And I know that it's not how you look like how fine of a skin you have. Modeling is not about that. I think that people back home, they I don't know, I don't know how to say that, like in a way that they should educate the girl child, like what beauty is. Because if you say to a person, because nobody is perfect, nobody has the perfect skin, if you tell a child that you can't do this because you have got this, and I think modeling should be more about education as well, not only about how your skin looks or how you look, but more about education, like education that for the girls to have confidence in themselves. I think they have to teach more in that direction, in that area, because now these days, if you see the supermodels that they are coming, they don't have the perfect skin. There are so many models that I can name now that have made it internationally, that don't even have the perfect skin, that they are not even have this beauty image that is being pursued, that they are saying it is. So I think that beauty comes, but in so many different ways, and it shouldn't be about how your skin looks.
Nice. Yeah. So now looking back at what happened, what do you think could be done maybe to the modeling fraternity in Zimbabwe to take it where it is and make it better? What changed back then? And if you were to go back and try to live in the same space?
I think that the people that are responsible for the young girls, because they don't know, it's like somebody who just wants to be a model, somebody who just want to be like Naomi Campbell, one of the biggest models. That's the only dream that every girl child has. So they don't have so much information about modeling industry. I feel like people have to be responsible, like to know that this is just a child or this is just a person that they don't have so much experience and they just want to be a supermodel. So I think they have to educate them in so many ways, not to take advantage of the girls, because so many things are happening back home that just because I want to be a model, somebody just want to take advantage of that situation. They come, they promise you everything, that we are going to do this, we are going to do this. And those people, they don't even have that capacity or money or how do I say? My English is going a little bit bad.
Yeah.
Like I forget the English words. Let me find the proper English word to say that. Resources, like the best resources to get you where you want to be, but they'll come and promise you that we are going to do this, it's going to be this, but those people don't have best resources for that. And I feel like the girls have to also educate themselves, read, and they have to know, like, this is the right agency for me, this is the right manager for me. Read about these things, because you would know that this person is not doing anything for me, because you have educated yourself. Not only do we want that you expect that a person does everything for you, but also educate yourself so that you know what you're getting yourself into.
All right, nice. So you started your career when you were in A level. How did you then manage to balance education and still pursue your modeling career? Didn't one of these suffer at some point?
No, thank God. No, thank God. I think that time, I think I'm well grounded, I think, because my father, he knew that if you don't come with good grades, then you are in trouble. Probably you're not getting whatever on holiday, or, so I knew that it for me, it didn't affect me so much. I managed to balance it somehow. I think because of how my parents raised me, I don't know, but somehow it got balanced. Yeah.
Yeah. So now having your name splashed in different newspapers, and the first word on those papers is scandal. Uh, why didn't you give up? Why didn't you say, nah, let me just pursue my education and leave this modeling thing? It's not worth it. Why did you stay and manage to keep the fire?
Because I think I'm not somebody who just gives up easily. I wasn't born that way. Like, I do not give up. My parents never raised me to just give up. It's something that I believed in myself so much that I knew that nobody, it didn't have the power to take that away from me. Only me would I decide how my life would be, how I write my destiny. Only me did I have the power to do that. Yes, at that time, he had the power to take me to press, well, to take the worst picture of me to the press. So I was only a child. I didn't have so much power on that. So for me, at that time, I didn't have so much saying. Even if I had to say anything, nobody believed me. You know what I mean? Nobody believed me. Of course, I wanted to explain my side. Well, I was forced to explain that part, because I am not the one who took the story to the press. Somebody did, and I do not want to mention that person, because I feel like for me it's water under the bridge. It's something. At the same time, it has groomed me to be where I am right now. It had made me have so much fire to prove to people that, what is beauty? How do you see beauty? You said I'm scarred. Look at me now, where I am.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nothing. What a person says to you, it's either it goes well. For me, it was too much, because I was all over the newspaper. Everybody was talking about it. I feel like the whole country knew that, oh, she really has got scars. Yes, I've got scars. I'm not hiding them. My scars, they do not define me.
Yeah.
I'm more than my scars. So that's why for me it was like to prove that I'm more than my scars. I'm more than this pretty face. I'm more than how I look. So that was what was behind me, like when I was pursuing my modeling career when I came here. And I've met so many people that you can't even believe that. I was like, thank God I didn't take that, like, to say, this is what you are, Mabu. This defines you. It's over with you. But I didn't see it that way. I saw it as a way to prove to myself that this world is just a lobster. You choose how you want it.
All right. Yeah. So in Zimbabwe, you have agents. You were attached to an agent that groomed you in Zimbabwe. So let's look at the process in Europe before we talk about what you've done. You moved to Germany, and then you still pursued modeling. How does this work? Do you still need an agent, or do you go as an individual to contest or take part in these pageants?
At the moment, like for this Europe-based top model, I just went there individually. Actually, I saw it also. It was I saw it when I was in Messen, in what's Messen? In Trade Fair. And then the organizers, they saw me, then they just gave me the business card that if you are interested, we are going to have the show like 6 months later. I completely forgot about it until I saw it, I think 2 weeks before the final show. Then I saw it, then I went for the auditions 2 weeks before the final show. I still had the card and I completely forgotten that I met these people 6 months ago. Then when everything they liked me. Then after that we went on the show. I competed also with one of the models from Zimbabwe, Ashley.
All right.
Also on this competition, Ashley Nyathi. She's also a Nyathi. Yes. So it was so nice. Yes. So it was so nice to compete with her, like to have that support of each other, because we know where we come from and we are with these girls from other countries. And then it was really nice to do that. Then it happened that I won it. I couldn't even believe it, because I thought for me, everything was preparation, everything was last minute. So to win that, I was blown away completely.
So this is the Europe Best Top Model of 2019.
Yes.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the Europe Best Top Model 2019. Yeah. So how was that after you won? What emotions were going through your head? What were you feeling? How was the moment for you getting crowned to be not only best in a small space, but you've gone outside the country and you're being crowned in the continent of Europe?
I think for me that one was wow. It was, I have no words for it. Even at that moment when I was given a mic to give a speech about it, I didn't have words at that time, because I was thinking, I've always wanted to be crowned my whole life since I was back home. I went to so many pageants that you can, to come to Europe, to go to a pageant and to be crowned, not in your country, but in a country that you are not even raised there, that they see what you are capable of. It was a wow moment for me, because I couldn't even believe that. Like, I was, of course, super proud of myself. And then I was so happy. And from that I've had so many opportunities. I've went to so many events here in Düsseldorf. I got invited to so many places, and it's really
nice. All right, this was in 2019, and then fast forward, you are at the height of what I can say. That's one of the heights of your career, so to say. And then COVID hits, and then we are not gathering. There are all these functions. Yeah. How do you then manage to keep going? And what happened for you in 2020? What events would you say these are events maybe that still managed to go through, and this is what happened there?
I think the best events from 2020 started pretty well. Well, I didn't expect that COVID would come and be so much this hard on us. I was in Lambert's Monday night, which is the famous modeling show here. It's about chocolates. Models will be dressed in chocolates. And I managed to work with Jeremy Mix, which is also a very famous model and an actor in America, well, all over the world, internationally, and with the Gemini's top models. So I met so many people in that event. I even met the Mandela kids. It was really, it was so international. There were really so many international people, and it was lovely that I had that opportunity to meet those people.
All right. And then what was the experience at the Paris Fashion Week? You also modeled for the Paris Fashion Week, which is a big show internationally. Everyone looks forward, every model or anyone who's into fashion and lifestyle looks forward to that event.
I think Paris Fashion Week is one of the most beautiful fashion shows that you ever experience. It was amazing for me, because I've always, back home before anything, I've always wanted to go to Paris, to go model it to Paris. So to see that dream coming to life, it was just unbelievable. It was amazing. I had the best time. I modeled for Syed, which is one of the best designers as well. It was amazing. Then we had time to go to other fashion shows, to watch Balenciaga. There was Balenciaga, to which almost all the big brands were there. Then you get to connect with so many people. You meet the supermodels. So it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and then from modeling, you've tried to hand in acting. You acted in a short film directed by one of the great directors, Paul Rosescu. How did this come about? And what role were you playing? And where can we see this short film? Is it there online? Can we see it?
There online, yes. It was it's crazy because one of the designers, actually the clothes that I was wearing, it was from one of the designers, John Mandox. I think I've worked with him so many times. And Paul, the short film, it was me in elegance. So I played like of a woman in Paris, dressing up, going out to meet some guy, and it was really lovely. It was one of the first experience doing acting, and now I'm looking to go more into acting because I really enjoyed doing that film.
All right, nice. Yeah. And then coming into 2021, you are still getting the crowns, and I will introduce it again. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Düsseldorf Most Beautiful Model 2021. So you've been crowned the most beautiful model of Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf is a town in Germany, and you've been crowned there as the most beautiful model. How did this come about?
It's really, I'm getting blown away every time. Like I get all these, I really appreciate it. I have to say that because to be crowned for me, this one was also like I couldn't believe my mind. To be crowned one of the most beautiful models in Düsseldorf, it's because there are so many models in Düsseldorf. There are so many models that took part in this competition. We had to send our pictures, and people like in Düsseldorf, they would vote like for who has the charm. Not only are you beautiful, but the personality, the charm, how you present yourself, how your art of what we have worked, the things that we have worked for, and to be crowned one of the most beautiful models in Düsseldorf. It's really an honor. I don't take that so lightly because I know that I see beauty in a different way. I've got a different eye for beauty, and to be seen as one of the most beautiful models, it is really an honor.
All right. Yeah, with pageants, usually it comes with the mandate. There is stuff that is a model you have to fulfill, the stuff that you have to do, and it usually lasts for a year. So are you the most beautiful for a year? And if you are, what is it that you're supposed to do? Do you think your own cause to say this is what you're going to be running with? How does it work? Maybe if you can explain that for us.
At this moment, because of COVID, we can't do so much. So, but I've got a project. My project, I started on it last year because of COVID. I'm working on. For me, it's more, as much as I'm in Düsseldorf, at the same time I want to work like to bring something back home. I'm working at the moment now. I've got designers in all over Africa. I'm still looking if there is anybody interested to work with me. I've got a designer in Nigeria that has made clothes, blazers. So I want to kind of create jobs for African people, that anybody, it doesn't matter where you are in Africa. Nigeria, this one, she's from Nigeria. Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa. I've spoken also with one from South Africa. She's going to be making some handmade swimsuits for me. So it's like creating jobs for them, like giving back, creating jobs for them that they make. Let's say this one, she's making bikinis. So I just get those bikinis from South Africa, then I bring them here. Then I show my people here, then they invest in them. So she has got a job already. Every month, if she's bringing bikinis, like this woman in Nigeria, every month if she's bringing blazers, then she has got a job. So if there's anybody who's creative in making anything with their hands, just contact me. That's what I'm trying to work on at the moment.
All right, nice. Giving out your number is usually not something that people would advise, but how do these people get reach of you? When someone says he's watching the show and is interested, wants to get in touch with you, how do they reach you? And if anyone also wants to see your works online or stuff like that, where do they go?
My email address, I think it's better if I've got also a business email address. And then,
Right.
well, I didn't prepare. I don't want to get up and to show that now because I didn't prepare for it. I didn't know that I was going to be asked that. So that's why getting up from this interview. But anybody who's wants to be in contact with me, just contact me on my Instagram or on my Facebook or on Twitter, or just my email address. It's everywhere. I'll give out my email address as well.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
just give us, and then we'll find a way of writing that. Yeah. So now talk to a parent or parents that are in Zimbabwe. They have their kid, a boy or a girl, who wants to pursue modeling. But now the thing is, there is a lot of stigma around anything that is arty, anything that is modeling. Usually they will say it's either local or young or and stuff like that. So what would be your words to a parent to encourage them to see things differently and see them from your angle, to say this is the path, this is something that you can encourage your kid to do and support?
I think everything, if your child has got a dream, for any parent, I think to try to undermine that dream or try to press that dream down is like really killing your child at some point, a part of your child at some point. If your child says, I want to be a model, just support them. If you think that it's go with them to see what it is really, learn about it, educate yourself about it. It's the only way that we can, as a country, overcome all this stigma of this thinking that this is like this is how it's supposed to be. Now the world is completely different. We are no longer living in those years where people would say women are supposed to do this and this is this, and men are supposed to do this. Now everybody can become whatever that they want to be. And if parents feel like, oh, we are not comfortable about this, just support them and go there on the modeling pageant. So go there and sit there and see it yourself or read about it yourself. That way is the only way that you are more informed about what your child is getting themselves into and how well or best would you advise them to pursue their career or whatever they want to be.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for what you've done in flying the Zimbabwean flag.
Thank
We
you.
support you. We are cheerleaders. We will do what we can to make sure that we support you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the most beautiful model in Düsseldorf and top model in Europe in 2019, Nyathi, all the way from Bubi Bulawayo in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.